Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Basola and I love to recap TV shows and movies. So, this is the finale, the last 3 episodes of Sweet Life LA, episodes 7, 8, and 9. So, let's get into it. I'm going to try to make this as short as possible because also, you guys let me know if you like or you don't mind like long videos, because it's just I always have so many thoughts and I don't like that I always have to do 3 episodes at one time. I feel like that's why the videos are always so long. Anyways, you guys let me know, because yeah, I personally I don't mind long videos, but I know a lot of people don't really like videos that are too long, but I don't mind it. So let me know down below. And I just want to say I appreciate you guys that have been leaving comments and interacting with my videos. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe. So let us get started. Let me try to find something here. Let me know what you guys like think about these people. Y'all, we left off, or we started the episode the same way we left it off. Ooh, that is beautiful. Where we left off in the last episode. And, they're just, I guess, rounding up their argument. There was no resolve to this, right? There wasn't really nothing special happened. Yeah, they didn't really resolve anything. And I'm over, y'all. I'm over Ty crying about everything. At this point, it's getting really annoying. The argument was weird. You know what I think? She could have just pulled homegirl. What's her friend name? Candace in the bathroom. Like, listen, this is getting really weird. And we'll talk about this when we get home. I'm sure Candace also didn't want to be embarrassed on public or national television. So maybe she would have understood, or maybe I'm giving her too much credit. But we see they go outside. They didn't really like squash the beef, so to speak. But they go outside, or yeah, the camera goes outside, and then we see we see, what's her name? Cheryl. She was dancing. Right? Is this what was happening? Or maybe it was Jordan and Bree. Jordan and Bree, they were in a cut, they were flirting, and he's like, I don't really want to take a shot. And she's like, why? I feel like this is the point where he has boundaries. Like, he's not trying to she got upset, but I think this is him setting boundaries with her. They've already been going back and forth about being friends, and then they start talking again, and then it's just like, anyway, so he leaves. Cam and her are like, flirting a little bit, and then she sits down. She's like, truth or dare? And then he said truth, and she asked him a sexual question. It's like, if you're trying to, I don't know if she was like drunk, or she was plain drunk, but it's like, I didn't really, what do you call it? I didn't buy it. But anyway, he got her water, and it's just like, you're not mad at this guy, but you're mad at Jordan because he doesn't want to take a shot with you that he's been doing all night. Anyway, she asked him if he has ever, or when was the last time he had raw sex. Bree. Y'all, when she said that, I was like, is this girl serious? She really asked him when was the last time. Because if he had picked dare, she would have dared him to do something also sexual with her. Or in that moment, like kiss her or whatever, whatever. Because why is that the first, like, why was that the first thing that she asked him? Anyway, I think this was where we saw right before this or right after where Cheryl was dancing on Gerald and he was not ready for what she was given. He was not he was not ready for C nasty. So like I was like, okay, Cheryl, we see you. Cheryl was like, and don't play with me, y'all. I get down. Okay, I get down. But I don't know. It was real cute and Gerald was not he was not ready for her. Okay? So Amanda is the next person they show, and she is on the phone with Rob. She's FaceTiming him or whatever. And she's like, I miss you. I wish you were here. And he wishes he was there too, obviously. But he got to work. And then she brings up Brie. I don't know why she did that. It's like, why are you always concerned with other people, girl? Like, aren't you in this happy relationship? Anyway, she brings up Brie and the fact that Brie said that she wouldn't, or she wanted to get his perspective, I guess. I don't know why. That Brie says she wants a guy to pay her rent. And then they were just talking back and forth. And then the guys came over to say hi to Rob on the phone. And she was like, oh my God, I'm glad I have you guys here. What do you think about paying a girl's rent? Blah, blah, blah. And then she brings up that it was Brie that mentioned that. And then the guy says, no, even before the guys had their weigh in, Rob told her, it's a partnership. And she was like, I love the way you put that, babe, a partnership. And I'm like, duh, why is this a revelation? Is a relationship not a partnership? She sounds so shocked, or like she had never heard nothing like that before. Anywho, that's when the guys was like, nah, their input wasn't that like grand, if I'm being honest. But that's when Jordan comes in, or in their little circle that they're of the conversation that they're having, and he was like, no, it should be 50-50. Relationships should be 50-50. While I don't disagree, 50-50, it depends on, how do I explain this or explain what I'm trying to say? I'll say 50-50 depends on the couple. Like, I hate these like absolute answers that people always give as if every couple is the same. You cannot say I'm going to be 50-50 if I'm in a relationship with someone like Jeff Bezos. 50-50. We don't make the same. What do you mean 50-50? But in other things, your partnership should be equal, But a lot of the times when people talk about these things, they're always comparing it, comparing money. And it's just like, yeah, 50-50 in everything else. But you always have to look at the person's relationship. You cannot base your relationship on how somebody else is moving. You don't have the same type of money. So anyway, it's nighttime. They're all like getting ready to go to dinner, and they have, first of all, Jalen gives, I forget his name. Her name, Ty. I'm always forgetting these people's names. So he gives her flowers, and then they go to dinner, and they all look really cute. And y'all, they go around the table talking about what they can be, what they can work on. And this is the moment I realized that I don't like Ty's passive aggressiveness. When she was given this speech, it was just like, she was kind of indirectly talking to Candace and her boyfriend, but then she wasn't. Anyway, they all go around. Cam said something, and they all chip in to get her a gift. They got her Louis sneakers, and they were ugly. Sometimes, there's some people out there that will buy something because it has a designer name on them, and I love a good designer, but I'm not wearing it if it's ugly. Anyway, after this, we see Kim and Bree. They're at by the fireplace or by the pool or by the fire pit. One of them by the fire pit outside. I think closer to the pool. They're talking to each other, and Kim was like, I've been seeing you around or whatever, and she's like, oh, you have? Why didn't you say nothing? Basically, and he was like, well, I didn't really make a move because, what's our girl's name? Why do I keep blanking on her name? He was like, well, basically, Ty really told me not to make a move. And she was like, why would Ty say that? And I was like, why would Ty say that? I thought it was going to be something a little more revealing than what he told us. He was like, well, yeah, he just basically said, Ty said to chill on her. And he was like, well, basically, I go with the flow. And she was like, me too. That's how I am. I also go with the flow. So apparently, she was still, she was gonna pursue him, but she was really conflicted or shocked that Ty would. I feel like I always do the same shape of makeup. We're gonna switch that up. Maybe it's because I'm trying to do too many things, and this is just in my head what's easy for me to do. But anyway, what happened after that? She was feeling some type of way, and then I was like, well, I want to know why too. It's just basically, Ty doesn't want Bree to date again amongst their circle of friends, which, yes, Bree, don't date in the circle of friends. Have you learned nothing from the Jordan situation? Ma'am, stop it. Stop. And before this, like, I don't know, something about them trying to talk seems forced to me. So when they're chatting, it seems like Bree, to me, is easily impressed because she was so in awe of what Cam said at the dinner when they were giving like what they want to improve on. And I understand, like for him, maybe, I'm sure like some of these people know each other, like, close enough, but it was still like vulnerable to be able to put yourself out there, and she was really easily impressed about that. And then he was talking about something, and then she cut him off. It was like, what's your sign? As a person that believes in horoscopes, I need her to give it up. You cannot like keep interrupting people and thinking you can suss out their personality off of just randomly asking what their sign is. So now Bree and Ty are talking about the situation, and she really wanted to know, and she was like, what the fuck? And Ty was like, what the fuck is right? Because why have you not learned anything? At this point, that conversation happened. PJ is over Becky, and I think he just like wanted to have sex with her because he played her. Like, there's no way you like someone and then you do this on a trip. Like, after that, he spoke to her. He was like, yeah, I just think we should be friends. And she chilled on it, and then went to the guys like and was dapping them up. I was like, what's wrong with this guy? Dude, what's wrong with you? Anyway, so this is like during the day, and then it was nighttime, and they're all having like a great time. Everything, it just looked nice, and I think most of them they were like living in the moment, enjoying, because they know that it would be their last night there. And then fireworks went off. It was like really, really, really nice. Nothing really happened this episode like that, like And then it is episode 8. So we meet Bree's brother. His name is Bryson, and he let us know that what stuff we already know. And he says that, she took him to go meet the girls, not all of them. And then there was like, we want to know about Kalamazoo Bree. And he was basically like, she was a hood rat. Y'all, this is the same girl that wants men to pay her rent, her full rent. Not help with her rent, but just pay the rent. Because she wants to immediately move in with the guy she's dating. That's what it sounds like to me, though. Every time she talks, I'm like, even if she dates a guy that has money, if he has common sense, he'll know, okay, why is this the first thing on your mind? Like, why is this something that you're mentioning? They pan over to PJ and his crew, and they're playing the music in the booth, and everybody's jamming, and they said that the music was nice, and they wanted to like run it back and play it again. I guess. Anyway, I want to say while Gerald, I forget what he was even talking about. I think maybe they were playing ball. I don't remember. But I don't like his haircut. It bothers me. It's like I need him to like cut his hair. Okay? Cut your hair. Anyway, they're playing ball, and Gerald said he's gonna hook Jordan up with his homie Jade, and they show us a picture, and we see that he definitely, like, Jordan definitely has a type because the girl looks like Brie. I don't want to say a prettier version because they look very similar, and I think Brie and that girl, they're both really beautiful. But he tells him that he wants to continue his podcast because he fell off on it, and they want to he wants to be able to discuss mental health. And I was like, this is really good. I really like when the guys on here get vulnerable. So it's date time. Jordan is nervous that he's gonna meet this girl because it's a blind date. I'm actually shocked that he agreed to go on a blind date, to be honest. But anyway, Jay shows up. She's really, really cute. Like I said. And they are playing mini golf. And it just looks like they're having a good time. And then, he asked what she does, and he said she says she's a content creator. And then she says she does OnlyFans. And then I saw his face, and I was like, oof. And then she was like, well, she doesn't really do anything that's explicit. And I was like, she probably sells feet pictures. I don't know, but I'm glad she's not doing anything explicit because, listen, I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. I am not going to do that, but I'm glad it's not something that is explicit because, one, if he actually genuinely likes her, that won't bode well with his mom because I doubt his mom will want him dating someone that does explicit stuff on OnlyFans. So we thank God for that. So they're talking, they're getting to know each other, and he's just like excited that she has a lot going for herself. And he's so stupid. He was like, she's gonna be Oprah, he's gonna be Stedman. And I was like, does he not know Stedman barely makes anything compared to Oprah? I think I understood what he was trying to say, but it didn't make sense. He should have compared himself to somebody else, not Oprah and Stedman. Child, you don't know what you're talking about. So now, what did they talk about? Oh, cars. I think. And he got like super excited when she said the car that she drove. He was like, okay. And I know in his mind, he's like, listen, I like this girl. She drives. Well, he was excited when he was like, oh, excuse me, you drive a Porsche? Because she said the new car that she bought was a Porsche. And then I was like, but Brie, wants her rent paid and she don't even have a car. Copy that. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure in his mind he has thought that through. I mean, if he didn't think that, that's just me being shady. But I just feel like that was something he was probably like, I'm moving on up, I guess. Someone more compatible. So Ty and Amanda decided to help PJ plan his part. Well, not help because he hired them. So should I say, he hired them, and they're meeting, and Ty brings up Becky and the boat situation in Cabo. So PJ is upset about this. He's like, first he let her speak, but he was basically like, this is not what I really hired them for, and I don't want to talk about this anymore. And they move on from it quickly because like why are you bringing this up? Like, this has nothing to do with you. Why are you bringing this up? Like, especially because he hired you. This was not like a meeting. Y'all don't call each other. Like, if you had beef with him, you could have been like, yo, PJ, what you did on the boat with Becky, I was not okay with that. Like, y'all don't have each other's number. Clearly you do, because you're here. You're here to do this job for him. So you have his number. Like, what is happening? Go to brunch. Talk about it. Talk about your problems at brunch. I always want to bring stuff up when it's time to work. At people's events is when they always want to bring these things up. And it's just like, it's very weird. Like, extremely, extremely, extremely weird. And y'all need to get a grip. So it's every time they bring stuff up when it's like in an event, I actually really get annoyed. Not annoying. I get annoyed because it's like, imagine letting something linger that long for you to speak on it until you see the person. It's very weird. It's very weird. Like, this person is just in your mind rent free. Anyway, like, he was like, yeah, I don't bring this up no more. I don't want to talk about it. That's not why I called you here. That's not what you're hired to do. So let's not speak on it again. And then, she was okay with dismissing it immediately, as if she didn't just bring it up, talking about something. Yeah, she's just, regardless of what happens, she's just here to make money. So why'd you bring it up in the first place? Like, there was no drama that happened on the boat. Why did you bring this up? Why did you bring this up? It was not necessary. Why'd you bring this up? Sorry. Anyways, so they're discussing his artist, how he wants the event, and he was basically like, okay, Amanda, I see you. Like, is Amanda, her real job, is it not in PR? Why is he surprised? He don't know this already? Like, what? He don't know she's a publicist? Y'all not friends like that? Okay. Anyway, he was like, she was like, I got you. I know what I'm doing. I got this. And she was saying, the people that she knew. So we see Bree out on a date, like after this happened, with a new guy, and his name is Patiri. Let me tell you something. Casting directors, if y'all watching this, you're not. He is main cast material. I'm talking about physically, because that's all we know so far, but main cast material. Maybe we'll see him next season with her if they're together. But I'm not going to lie to y'all. When he started talking and they sat down, I was like, oh no, he's way out of her league. If they were all single, who I would pair him with? I feel like they could match each other. Cheryl. Yeah, I said it. So they're talking, and she's asking him questions, and he's very calm in his demeanor of how he's talking to her, and I feel like she doesn't have the mental intelligence to be having a conversation with someone like him. Like when she asked uh what did she ask him? Oh my god. I think she asks him, they're talking about, his siblings, and she asked she asked about she asked about them, and then he said he had, I think, 4 or 6 sisters, and she was like, "We love that for you." What do you love for him? That he has six sisters? I just didn't. She just seems like every time he speaks back to her, she seems to have like a response, or like the depth of a puddle. Okay? Like when you step in a puddle, that's the depth that Bree has to me every time she speaks, especially it comes out, especially when she's speaking to someone like him. And when she asks him, "Where you from?" He said he's from Harlem. And she was like, what did she say? She's like, period, or something. And I was just like, that's what you say when someone tells you where they're from? I was just like, someone get her out of here. Cue Miami or cue Cheryl. Cheryl is like in this huge, long relationship, but that's what I thought. I was like, this would be a good match. So he's in, I think he works for Bloomberg, and I'll say I looked it up, what he does. He makes good money, like, and while he's talking, he's just like, he seems like he likes her vibe, so to speak. And as he's talking, trying to like get to know her, she cuts him off and asks him, oh my God, my S's, sorry, what his sign is. Bree. This girl is daft, y'all. She is so daft. This man is literally trying to have a good conversation with you, and you're asking him what his sign is. And they're not even compatible. Bitch, y'all not even compatible. Anyway, I think this was when, after this, maybe this is when he tells her that he has 6 sisters because, they're able to vet girls for him, and they think that Bree's really pretty and that she has a nice body. And I agree on both accounts. Bree has a banging body, and she's a very pretty girl. I be telling it how it is. I can't be sugarcoating shit. Just because I don't like the way you act, don't mean I'm gonna lie if you're pretty or not. I think she's a gorgeous girl. Like, natural, very, very naturally, very pretty. So he deserved a better date. Somebody send him my way, because my girl don't know what to do. She couldn't even hold a conversation with him. Like, oh my God. And every time she's like talking to him, she's just like cursing up a storm. Bree, do better, mamas. Do better. Do better. Find a better vocabulary. And then they get up to leave, and I look on the table. I'm like, so y'all came to this restaurant for what? They didn't even eat. For all this, they could have went for a stroll in the park. Like, why did you come here? Anyway, they go outside, and then she sees his car, and she gets like super, like, extremely excited about it. And I'm like, okay, girl, we all know why she's excited, because she doesn't have a car. And I'm like, whatever. He said, let's get you home. And then she gets in a car. She's like, you're going to take me home? He just said that. He just said, let's get you home. Ma'am. He just said, let's get you home before you got in the car. Like, was that an editing thing? Like, or she just didn't hear him? I'm just so confused, y'all. Bree got on my nerves on this date. I'm like, he deserved a better date, and I don't care. So, podcast is happening, and it's at Jordan's place. What's his boy's name? This little podcasting is where drama starts, and we should have got this episode 1. No, we had some drama first 3 episodes, I guess. Anyway, the guys, not, is it all of them? Yeah, they're there and they're all like chatting, talking about their mental wellness, or who's facilitating this? Gerald is facilitating this, and everyone is sharing how they feel and how they didn't really, see a brotherhood or emotional support growing up from like any form of brotherhood. I would say that's how I would put it. Um, do not be alarmed by my makeup. It's gonna come together. Don't you worry. Anyway, they're talking about this, and PJ said that he never saw his parents show any affection to each other, and I was like, damn. A lot of people, you know what's crazy though? A lot of people can relate to that, which sucks. He's like, he never saw his parents show any any emotional or affection towards each other. And y'all, I won't lie, stuff like this is the reason why I shower and I love on my siblings, okay? Because like as far as my parents, I'll say my mom, she's also very like affectionate. Just my mom is a gem. But I love on my siblings all the time, and every time I speak to my mother on the phone, I'm sure this wasn't something that she was used to either, but every time I got off the phone with her, or I get off the phone with her, I always, always, always say I love you when I'm around her. But my mom, I'm like my mom. Like, she doesn't shy away from her emotions. And, my dad, on the other hand, I'll say, stemming from being Nigerian, he's just very like never changing. He's very stoic, and I don't want my siblings to think that's what it's like in the real world. Like, I always like be kissing their foreheads, make sure I tell them I love them all the time. Even if like I'm in a bad mood, I try to make sure I let them know, like, that they're loved. It's normal for your siblings to kiss and hug you. That's normal. I don't want them to think the outside world is so mean and evil, or like just like has no passion, and stuff like that. Lacking emotion affects your everyday life. It affects your relationships. It affects your relationships at work, your friendships, real friendships. A lot of people now, they want communication, but don't even know how to communicate. Anyway, it also obviously really affects like romantic relationships. Like, it just does. Anyway, then a disagreement occurs with Jordan and Jalen. So, in this conversation, I'll say Jalen was absolutely correct. He also had a better perspective because he has struggled in a different way than Jordan has struggled. I wouldn't really say Jordan has struggled, but I wouldn't say he hasn't, because I don't know the story of his life, which was the point he was trying to get across. But Jordan was 1,000% wrong, because he wasn't trying to hear what Jalen was saying. He wasn't like listening to other people's perspective. He was just assuming just because his mom sacrificed a lot doesn't mean, just because your parents sacrificed for you does not mean that you didn't have some type of privilege in this conversation. And he just, to me, I understand what he was trying to say, but he lacked perspective. And he started on the right path in making his point, and he just lost everybody because he started to not make sense. And it's just like, dude, what Jalen is saying is not wrong. Like, everything, it just went left real quick. He started to get upset. He felt like somebody was attacking his mom because he does have privilege. And what's this boy's name? Jalen was like, you're not seeing my perspective. And then he says to Jalen, Jordan says to Jalen, I'm more successful than you because I work harder than you. Now, we all know that's false. That's not how it works in the world. There's so many people that work hard, 10 times harder than Jordan is right now in whatever it is that he's doing. And they don't see the success that he has. So he's so very young and he has a lot of growing to do. But I don't know if it's the mom thing that triggered him so well, it is. It is his mom being mentioned that triggers him so much, which is like, dude, calm down. I need you to calm all the way down. It wasn't that serious. And then they just took it too far. So I feel like to me, this episode exposes why a podcast that they're trying to have like this matters. Because if they saw emotional maturity from the men in their lives, or if they had men in their lives to show them that, they would know how to handle this situation. And when I say they, I mean Jordan. And he mentions that too. He didn't have his dad around, and you can see it in his interactions. He just lacks emotional intelligence, and he was definitely wrong. Now, and this is the point where I have watched this episode twice, and when he started to raise his voice, when Jordan started to raise his voice at Jalen, three times, Gerald said, relax, relax, relax. And he kept trying to shut him up. And this drama could have been avoided, you know? So once Jordan is getting like to the point where he's getting loud, Jalen's like, I'm just gonna leave because I don't feel comfortable being in this situation before I do something stupid or before I say something smart. So no one got in a fight. They didn't get in each other's face like bucking, buck if you, or nuck if you buck. None of that happened. And next thing we see him telling Ty what happened. And this was the point where I realized I'm not going to continue to like Ty the way she's moving. She asked him how Gerald was throughout the whole entire podcast. And this man says he was quiet, which he wasn't. That's why I brought that up. He was not quiet, you know? There was a point where he was trying to talk and they were both talking over each other, and Rob was also saying something. And then he said that he was silent throughout the whole entire time, which from what we know, and I've watched this twice, like I said, he was not silent. He was speaking. And when they were both talking, he was letting them speak. He wasn't like talking over them. They were talking over each other, which Jordan was doing the most talking and yelling over everybody else. And Gerald did tell him to relax, and he didn't. So now that happened, Ty has now taken this story and ran with it. She's acting like they fought him. She's acting like they jumped him. She's acting like they beat him up. She's acting like Jordan got in his face or spat at him or hit him. Because she said they teared him down. Most of the guys were quiet. When that whole thing was going on, the only person that said something was basically like Rob, and then Jared was like, yo, relax. She said they tore him down. Girl, get the fuck out of here. And this drama started because of her. This drama wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for Ty. Because unless they edited this in a weird way, she said he didn't feel safe. He left. They disagreed. Jordan was yelling, and he left. Oh, now she's like, she don't know if she can like him, like Gerald or trust him anymore. I was like, ugh. So now is episode 9, season finale. And y'all, a lot of basic things happen here and there, but I'm just gonna get to the drama, okay? I'm gonna get to the drama. We open up the episode where we're at Cheryl's photo shoot. So it's at Cheryl's photo shoot, and what's her line? Des Vines? Yeah. And everyone is looking like really, really nice. They look really, really cute. And what is her name? Bree looked really cute, just like taking a photo. All of them, they look really, really cute. So Ty starts talking about the podcast situation. Y'all. And from here on out, this was the moment I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling her at all. Because from what she relayed back in this situation, it started to become a game of telephone. And then she goes up to Gerald at this photo shoot to press him about it. It wasn't really over because there was people were still lingering around. I guess whatever. She couldn't wait till they left or meet him outside to talk about this in the middle of the photo shoot. Cause what's her name came looking. She was like, "What are you guys talking about?" She was like, "I just didn't like the way they treated or the way y'all treated Jalen in that moment. I was over her." Y'all, I was over her. In that moment, I was over her. Because, y'all, if this was her event, she would have had a fit that someone brought up any type of drama. She would have had a fit. She would have had a fit if anybody said anything about drama that didn't have to do with what was in this situation right then and there. If this was her photo shoot, she'd be upset that somebody was talking about it. And she was like, you should have apologized. And the only part I don't agree with Gerald is the part where he says that he shouldn't feel like he should have to apologize. If that was me, and the right thing to do would have been to call Jalen and tell him like, "Hey, my bad that I put you in an awkward situation at the podcast. That shouldn't have went down like that, and I hope you good, bro." That's it. You shouldn't have had to go into this elaborate, like, that's what he had to apologize for, because he didn't do anything wrong. He should have just apologized for making him you know like, "Yo, just want to say you good. I didn't like the way everything ended at the podcast, and I just want to make sure y'all both good." And that's it. That's it. That's it. All this other stuff Ty's talking about is basura. Like, girl, what? I was agreeing. Well, yeah, I was gonna agree with Cheryl when she was like, "Well, we also weren't there, so he also should have got where Jordan was coming from," and that's not what caused the big argument. It was because Jordan said, "I'm more successful than you because I work harder than you." It wasn't because he wasn't trying to get to know him or get to know whatever struggles he had. That wasn't the problem at all whatsoever. So this conversation that Cheryl was about to go is just null and void. Like I said, there are plenty of people that work hard. They work extremely hard, and they're nowhere near where any of these people are. So you working hard doesn't mean you can make your ends meet. Ty lost me, y'all. That man was good. It was good. It was a disagreement. Is this girl high? She make it seem like they stumped him. So she went outside, and then the girls, they chased after her, and she was like, "He's actually a sociopath." What? Ma'am, do you know what that means? So because, like, how did that conversation make him a sociopath? From what she just walked out of, she said he's a sociopath. Ma'am, Miss Ma'am, don't play yourself. So they're discussing it. And she said that Cheryl lied. She knew Cheryl lied just now because of how she brought it up. You weren't there either. Your man told you about this. And from the looks of it, he was stretching it. Because from one, he said Gerald was silent the whole entire time. She acting like her friends aren't yes men either. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, y'all. She's acting like her girlfriends Don't just go along with everything that she says. At the end of this, she says she cannot trust Gerald. And I'm just like, okay, ma'am. Okay. So now we see Jordan talking to his mom, and they're going over merch and stuff like that. And out of all the parents they showed so far, his mom is my favorite. Anyway, so he tells her what's going on, and she's basically like, how come every time there's drama, it's always with um Ty and Jalen? Because the last time he had a problem, it was also them. But anyway, he basically asks her for advice. He was like, I feel like I reacted wrong. And she basically gives him like an amazing advice. Like, dude, you have privilege, so you need to see the perspectives of how people feel about this. And he was like, you're right. I definitely now need to talk to Jalen. I'm gonna, you know, whatever. He's gonna talk to him. So they end up meeting up and talking. So right after this, they pan over to Ty. She had a cute little birthday get together for her mom. And then, it was cute and simple. Nothing really happened there. It was just cute. So Jordan and Jalen meet up. They discuss what happened. They both agreed that, I don't even know if they both agreed that he was wrong, but at this point, Jordan was the one that was wrong, and he apologized. And the more they were talking, the more they see that they were both trying to say the same thing. Jordan just was not seeing the perspective of how, yeah, he does come from privilege. It might not be wealthy, but and Jalen was like, I fucks with you, bro. Like, I fucks with you. Like, you're cool. So this should have squashed the beef, right? Right? Oh, okay. So now Ty and Amanda are getting their event together for PJ, and everybody starts showing up one by one. And I just want to say, what does Gerald have on when he showed up? I was like, what? Sir, what is going on here? What do you have on? What do you have on? What do you have on? So everyone is talking, and then, I think, what's her name? Becky came. She's just like yapping. No one asked her anything. And Jordan's like, by the way, me and Jalen were super cool. We squashed our beef. And, they're good. Like, that should have been the end of this situation, because they were good. The people that actually had the problem have squashed it. And Cheryl made a good point. She was like, so if the two people that had the situation have talked it through and they're cool, why is Ty still mad? Why is she still feeling some type of way? And now it made me think, did Jalen not mention to her that he met up with Jordan and now they're really, really cool? Because why are you still holding beef with Gerald? Why? Jalen was quick to go tell Ty what happened. He wasn't quick to tell him or tell her, oh my God, I'm jumbling my words. He wasn't quick to tell her that him and Jordan have squashed it. They're cool. There's no problem. This is your man. Why don't you know that they're good? And then here goes mushmouth Becky inserting herself in a situation that no one called her, and her mouth is just like running. Oh my God. So anyway, they basically shoo Becky away because she was making no sense and she was being super fucking nosy. Like, no one asked you. Bye. And then she goes inside to relay the message, and then Ty's like, what they said was not true. But you weren't there either. So how do you know what they said is not true? Your point is null and void, sister. Like, you weren't there. You don't know what's true or what's not. You know? I think I want to do a little thing here. But she's so annoying. So while they're inside, Bree pulls up with Patiri, and then all of them, like besides Bree, all of them are like making fun of his name. Ew, ew, ew. Like, why is his name funny? Why is him, like, y'all trying to get his name together funny to y'all? They're asking him mad questions. They just, I would say, want to get to know him, but the guys are asking regular basic questions, and they I guess want to get to know him. And Amanda was like being weird. She was asking him all these like random questions, and then she was like, she mentioned something that I know really annoyed me. She mentioned with Bree, she was like, I just want to know what's going on because I can't keep up. Bree's single. She can date as many people as she wants to until she finds the person that changes that. Why are you so concerned? Shouldn't, if this was your friend, shouldn't you be cheering her on? Y'all, Amanda is giving me like mean girl closeted mean girl vibes. Like, ew. Why are you concerned about her? I didn't understand that. For someone that's in a relationship, you are worried about the singles. And it's always Brie. When she was talking to Robin Cabo, it was about Brie. This, now that she has someone that she brought to the date that looks better than all of y'all and is taller than all of y'all men, he looks better. He looks better than all of them. Okay? So, like, what is the problem? What is the problem? So now Jade shows up to the event, and Jordan is introducing her to everyone. And then he's basically, I think Becky asks why he likes her, and then he's basically saying the reasons he likes her. And then Becky was like, oh, the reason why he brought Jade is because Bree brought somebody. And it's like, you think the girl that is doing all these things is not just showing up, or he didn't tell her ahead of time? If this is weird, sorry. I can't open my eyes yet. But like, girl, shut the fuck up. So, as he's explaining to the group why he really likes her, but all the stuff that she got going on for herself. Bree is, at this point, she's jealous. Like, the guy that you came up with is seemingly, has the most emotional intelligence from what we've seen so far than the guys that are here. You should be feeling on top of the world. Why are you bitter? Do better, Bree. Do better. Do better. Like, he's gotten over you so much. He's so happy about this girl. And you over here feeling salty? No. Your dude seems like a good dude. And with all that extraness she was doing on the day with Kirsten, and just like, I mean, I guess she was being herself. And, he told her not to apologize for being herself. But it's just like, he's still sticking by you. So relax, okay? Relax. The way Jordan was talking about Jade, he's over Brie. He is over her. Not even thinking twice. Over it. So, like, I need you to move on, Miss Ma'am. I need you to move on. So, Becky pulls PJ for a chat. It was stupid. The conversation was basically, should have been like the reaction that she had in Cabo. She didn't. So, whatever. So at the end, now they have a toast, and Ty is passive aggressive. This was the moment I realized that, oh my God, ew, this is the second time that she's doing this. And like, grow up, girl. Gerald wants to. People are just so loud for no reason. So like I just want her to grow up. So Gerald wanted to pull her outside so they can talk about it. Maybe he would, I don't know what he would have said, but she's like, no, do it right here. And Jalen said that too. Sir, I thought you have squashed the beef. Why is this a conversation? Why is this a conversation? It's like they want a crowd on her side, or she wants a crowd on her side. Because why is this happening? There was just too much back and forth. Everybody's talking over each other. Like there was no resolve here. There was nothing. Like the air was cleared between Jordan and Jalen, and he was just there letting his girl argue about shit that you and your homeboy have squished that y'all have squashed. Instead, he's letting, like, he's like egging her on. And if Ty didn't know she had yes women on her side, this would be it. Because all your friends, without being there, they're also taking your side. How do we know your man didn't come over here? Oh, wow, my mirror dropped. How do we know your man didn't come over here lying? Like, the drama they having is unnecessary, and I was over it. Y'all, I was over it. So at this point, I'm like, Jalen is rubbing me the wrong way. So nope, none of these people are voicing their opinion, or none of the people that are voicing their opinion were there. Like, how I like how Patiri came and grabbed Brie out of there, even though her nosy ass was like reacting to shit that she doesn't even know anything about. Like, you weren't there. It doesn't involve you. You were just being nosy. And Ty, please give the crying a break. It's annoying. You have cried every fucking episode. We're over you. We are over you. Stop crying. Stop crying. Stop crying. Like, Jalen should have just said, nah, me and Jordan are good. It was a disagreement. That's it. After this, the group disperses and they all don't know where they stand now. And I guess, listen, my final thoughts. I don't even know what to think. I didn't think it was going to end like that. I can't believe this was like the final episode. It was longer than the rest of the episodes. It was like 42 minutes or something like that. And I wonder if there'll be a reunion. Y'all, after the episode ends, I don't even watch all the little outtakes. I just know that there are some. And I don't think I like this format that HBO Max is doing on their shows. I either want them to drop, like, the premiere is cool, but I need them to either drop the episodes. I had a brain fart. I need them to drop the episodes all at once or once weekly. Because once weekly? Each week. Each week. Because this show technically has only been on for 3 weeks now. That's it. 3 weeks. Like, you have 9 episodes of a show and we've already seen it in 3 weeks. Or you should have it one time. And either or. Like, I feel like streaming, it's a lot. Like, we only get to talk about it for 3 weeks and that's that. And I guess the same could be said for, what do you call it? It can be said for if they dropped it all at once. So if they want people to keep talking about it, they want some momentum, please do it weekly. Like, it's the same thing with F-Boy. I was like, oh my God. And that was longer than this. I was like, I have to sit through. I don't know. I think maybe because it wasn't juicy enough. Because if I got 3 episodes of Love Island, I would be I'd be fine, like 3 episodes per day, I would be good. Like, I would be good. I don't know. I think it was just maybe the style of the show. Anyway, tell me what you guys think. I don't think I was expecting that this would be the end until it was. I was like, oh wow. That was fast. So anyway, let me know how you guys are feeling. Let me know what your thoughts are. like I said earlier, I really love that you guys are interacting with me like this. I will say this series has been like my most watched or communicated, or what's the word? You guys are talking to me also like in the comments, and I really appreciate that. But I am going to be reviewing other things, so I will also appreciate if you watch the reviews of those, and you will see me in the next video.